clutch thing, apparently.
I can't wait to see that. I'm waiting for one to be in qualies.
Why do you want it? Because you love that kind of physicality.
Oh, I love campusing.
Well, we are seconds away now. The crowd are getting into it. They've just been sprayed via a hose pipe from the mascot. Never thought I'd say those words before, but they've been cooled down a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's really hot out there.
Yeah, baking in the sun.
And they're going to be standing up for the next 4 or 5 hours because it's Boulder then leads straight away.
Yeah, and Oriane Berton is out first. She qualified in last position, and she takes that walk by herself out onto the stage. Are you ready, they ask? Well, we are up here in the commentary box. Let's get cracking, shall we, for the women's Boulder final. So Oriane turns, and the clock will start ticking as Oriane quickly gets stood up.
And as he goes to the zone, this is a very trust feet Boulder.
Yeah, there's the zone straight away. So you don't have to continue to use it, you just have to sort of touch it like she did, and then you can move on.
Stabilize. Well, touching it doesn't, it needs to be stabilized and used. It's
Yeah, you can't just fingertip it anymore.
Yeah, it's very delicate.
Oh.
Manages to stop.
Lovely body twist here as she matches this hold, and now he's actually one hold away. The clock a little bit off at the moment. It's not 1:30. I'll let you know if the time becomes an issue. We're at 3:10 at the moment.
She's still on her first attempt.
So she's got 3 for the zone. As you can see the bar halfway full.
Wow, she's looking good. Again, trusting feet on the volume.
Right, she's reaching out. Awkward body position. This is the move we saw her acting out as she read the boulder.
Yeah. Especially her body's all the way to the right, so trusting your foot when your foot is really far left and the volume is really terrible. And then she, I think, changing feet there like she did, but she managed to go slow. I was going to say go fast.
Oh, and that was a nasty fall down. I love watching Oriane because you can tell exactly what she's thinking because she tends to say it. Well, she was on there for a while. The clock is now at 2 minutes.
But she did that first move really well.
I have a feeling that's harder than it looks as well. So she got stood up and then look at trying to work out, and look how bad that left slab is. There's nothing really on it. And then the hand as well, a side pull that gets worse as you're going past it. You've got to sort of start pushing.
Yeah, matching is going to be the hard part of this boulder. But the less you think about it, the better it'll go. Just move fast and trust feet.
So up Oriane goes again. Ooh, nearly missed the zone that time.
She wasn't even going to use it.
No, well, you don't have to, remember. Once you've got the score, that's it. It's locked in. This is awkward. Blind back with the left foot.
Yeah, it's smarter for her to bring her body lower to get her left foot out onto the hole, because you can move your leg out as far as possible.
So she's got a minute. She'll be frustrated not to have got it that first go. She was close. You've got to trust that slab.
She tried turning her right hand, I think. But it's the non-textured side of the hold.
Yeah, she's got less than a minute now, 45 seconds. 30 now.
I don't know what the volume is like at the top, but maybe she could jump onto the corner part and not even need to use feet.
It depends how it joins the wall, doesn't it? There might be a crimp up there. It's quite a long way, though, to stand. She immediately this time kicks left and then wants to bring her right through. Standing right at the top of the hole. She's got 10 seconds. Yes. That is going to be enough. And that is a top for Oriane Berton. So she's underway, 24.8. So it was 2 attempts and then the successful one, so minus 0.2. And that's how you get the 24.8. This new system, remember the decimal points we're using for this comp.
With 10 seconds left on the clock.
Good start to this final, eh? And that's the slab, and that's the wall she's standing on. And then look, it was smart. She put that left foot into the very corner on top.
Yeah, usually we tend to say putting your foot as low as possible on the volume is better, so then you can get closer to the wall. But in this case, the volume is so bad, and the further part, the volume is really, really low for her. So it was smart for her to stand as high as possible in the corner.
That is our crowd who are getting very suntanned out there in the heat. That was the finish. Look at it. All you need is a match like that. It can be a fingernail if you want, as long as it's touching.
Yeah, during the men's semis yesterday on Boulder 1, you had a couple of climbers who, instead of grabbing the hold, they were still holding onto the blue and just like put their fingers out to match onto the top hold, which was very smart.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that before, and a few of them spotted it. So Eliska Adamowska is out. She had a great early performance in the semi-finals. She just looked really confused when she looks like she saw it for the first time.
She also did lead final, so she's really full swing during these European champs. I really wonder how Skin is right now. But she doesn't have any tape, so...
Is it the better way around to do it? Do you think, having done lead and then Boulder, presumably you've saved a little bit of skin? Whereas the men, they've had to try really hard last night on the boulders, now they've got to climb lead. I think I'd want it the women's way around.
Well, but then it also depends energy-wise, because
True, yeah.
you want a lot of power energy for bouldering, and lead would take a lot of that away. But then, if you do boulder first, you'll be physically tired anyway.
I think it's all exhausting. Let's just agree on that.
So she's trying to go statically right now.
It shows you how good Oriane's slab climbing ability is. The fact she just went up there without really thinking about it.
Yeah, she's very good at dynamic moves.
It's living in font that does it, I swear. There's those slabs are just good at doing them. So at least
she's managed to get her foot up, but now pushing and oh, nice.
So she's on the zone. She'll get the score for that, and now needs to sort of turn her attention back the other way. It's one of those boulders that I would imagine if you're looking at this as a non-climber, you think, why? Why do I go all the way to the right? And how, of course. But yeah, it pushes you into the corner, then tells you to go left, and she runs down the slab to fall.
So she didn't get as low as Oriane did, and so she has a lot more swing. It's not really swing, but a lot more energy heading down to the foothold, and the foothold is turned the other way, so she's not as controlled as what Oriane was.
Scraped her face down the wall and her shoe, as you can see that slow motion. She's trying, there's no friction to be found there, and then, yeah, you're right. She spent so long going into that hold.
She just completely slipped off afterwards.
So here she goes again, palming down. You can see the balancing point go.
Also, the problem using this method is time. It takes a lot more time to go statically the way she's going compared to how Oriane just in a second managed to get to the zone.
So 1 minute 30 on the clock. Sorry, it's not on screen, but I'll let you know how the timing is going. So she's pushing up into the corner. Coming up to the minute mark now.
She seems to be hesitating on going straight left from where she was, but so now she's in the position Oriane was before. And you could go a lot more controlled down to the foothold.
Okay, so now she's on it, but she hasn't got a lot. Oh. I don't know if she fell and then decided to try to pop for it, or if she was jumping as she went. But she's straight back on.
Yeah, luckily slabs don't take up too much energy. You can give attempt after attempt.
27 seconds on the clock. She's coming to her last few goes, but yeah, you're right, she won't be getting tired, just frustrated with this.
She also knows that Oriane did top it
Yeah, so
trying something different in the last couple of seconds.
That's a hard rock up, isn't it? To do that, you know.
I don't think that's possible.
No, calves of steel to do that one. So Eliska Adamovska goes off.
Still managed to get the bonus, the zone hold, which is important.
So let's see some replays of this again. So, okay, so up into the zone. There she goes. And then this was one of the falls coming down. She had a big one sliding down the slab earlier. No go for her.
But she can already be very proud of herself for making bouldering finals, considering that she does say she is 100% lead climber.
Really? Is that what she says? It just shows, doesn't it? Well, Fanny Gibert is next out. Here she comes, taking quite a few things out with her. All right, so lays the towel down, and that towel is used to clean your shoes because you don't want any dust or chalk residue on your feet.
Yeah, you want to take the extra chalk off your shoes. You can either use a towel or just like swipe your shoes on your leg.
Well, there is the scoreboard. Sorry we didn't have it earlier. A few problems, but we're sorting it now. Still haven't got a clock, so I'll keep letting you know. But 24.8 for Oriane Berton with the top, and then Eliska awarding that zone.
Fanny was a bit too far from the wall on her first attempt, so her back was already falling backwards by the time she was at the start hold. She's trying to go statically. She's a very flexible climber, so these kinds of moves, she does it easily.
Into that zone. And then slides down. Oh. You can see as she went backwards, she thought, I might as well go try to go left.
Yeah, may as well try to do the next move whilst you can feel yourself falling off. You never know.
Yeah, it might just
stick.
So Fanny Gibert is really technical when she climbs, and this is something that suits her. Match the zone. And then, yeah, she was falling backwards and just, I mean, to be fair, that was good to try to get your momentum whilst you're going backwards to go left. So she palms down and stands up. It's a bit of need to get herself steady.
She makes it look so easy, but we saw before with Eliska that it's not as easy. She manages to get her foot on. Once again, it's really important to stay as close as possible to the wall for these kinds of movements. Once your butt is out, your whole body is just going to start falling backwards and
sends you down. You can see the roundedness of those shoes just helping standing on the slab. You don't want something too, you don't really want an edging shoe, so something that's too stiff and too solid for that. You want to try to put the rubber down and heels down as well to put maximum amount of rubber onto the slab. So she stands up again, palm in. So as the clock ticks down towards the minute mark, still only a zone. That's the palm move. It looks so unnatural in that position of the hand. It looks all wrong. Standing up again, bumping that palm upwards.
it doesn't seem like it, but this is a very like core-based movement where you really got to stay solid in your whole body and at the same time be able to lift your leg up. That's how I potentially thought it would be.
So like a jump and then
like
landing
a jump
down.
and then, yeah, and then you push against the volume to stay up.
30.
And then at the same time, foot on volume.
There's a lot going on. Would you have to get quite a lot of height up? If you're jumping sideways, you wouldn't really be able to do it. You'd have to land on it.
Yeah, you want an arm straight.
Can you please go and do that after the comp finishes? I want to see you attempt that. So she's doing it again.
but it moves her too far out from the wall, unfortunately.
Yeah, she's done the zone. She's in second.
Yeah, she was already way too far out.
So interesting method change. Oriane Berton's climb is looking pretty impressive right now.
But she did it that way, just not as dynamic. And she managed to stop on the volume and handhold, although Fanny was really trying to go dynamic and high and get her foot up onto the volume.
So we are awaiting this transition turnaround. Brushes are ready, and next up will be Hannah Moyle, and she's going to get a pretty big reaction from this crowd. Here she goes. Hannah Moyle begins her competition. And as predicted, the German crowd are deafening.
She was also in lead finals yesterday, so crowds have had a German in
Every final so far, yeah.
bouldering? No. Men's
no.
bouldering, no.
Because Yannick was the kind of, we hoped he'd get in and didn't, and Christoph as well.
Yeah, Chris was very close.
Yeah, so close. But we have got Germans in the lead.
Ah, interesting how she did the movement. Dynamic, but then slow to the zone.
So there is that zone hold. She'll score now, moving up into second.
She's trying to head back down to the start
That's
hold.
what I was wondering why they weren't doing that, because it's such a good hold. I thought they'd maybe match the feet and then go left on it.
But this wall isn't 100% slab, so it's more vertical, and so she's a lot. Oh, she manages to stick the foot by going a bit more.
So she's in.
But yeah, it's more of a vertical wall.
Great grip strength there from her. You can see the difference between Fanny Gibert's body and hers was so different, and an easy match at the top. And because of attempts, she's going to jump Oriane 24.9 compared to 24.8. Good work from Hannah Moyle. So the coaches were happy. This is the start. Came into that zone with the thumb. And then that leg flick, just rotating on the shoulder on that side pull.
And then just completely twisted her feet for the last move.
Yeah, it never looked a problem, did it? I have a feeling if Oriane hadn't slipped, she wouldn't really have thought about that. It's almost like she overthought it once she had popped off. Look at Hannah there, just locking it off.
Oh, she also had her foot a bit lower on the volume.
Yeah, Oriane was standing right on the corner at the top.
But that also might be height difference. I'm not sure what the difference is between the two.
Hannah is taller. I don't know exactly how much, but she's...
So she'll be able to get her foot a bit lower down onto the
she's
volume
about sort of a foot or
and
so.
be more comfortable compared to Oriane.
Okay, Chloe Collier is out, and it's so good to see her in a finals. She's not been a regular, and this year had a, as you said, by her standards, a bit disappointing, was a bit annoyed, and now she's back on this really big stage and a chance to podium here.
Yeah, I'm happy to see her in finals, and it's worked out. We had a training session with the Belgian team right before Munich, and they were all super strong.
So Chloe's first attempt on the slab, she comes back down. Closer to that zone hold, trying to get the thumb in underneath.
Her right foot was a bit high on the volume, which kind of pushed her out more to the left and out of the wall. Now she's using the screw holds on the volume. Screw holds on volumes are so important.
Yeah, we might go a slow motion shot of that, or a close up at least, because she's holding on to nothing in there. Turns the side toe into more rubber on it. Up towards the zone. Oh, I thought she'd fallen there, but she just chalked up. We're waiting for her to be awarded this. She should be, really. Definitely should be now.
But she's staying high, so it's a bit more risky.
Yeah, it's so blind. Oriane was stretching back. When she goes to the start hold, isn't as good as it looks, because it's right up against the wall.
Hand slip. Yeah, no, the easiest way to do it would be to just like do what Ariane did and grab the top of the volume, to bring your body as low as possible and to allow yourself to get your left foot out.
Im Boulder bei einer Europameisterschaft. Jetzt ist sie hier wieder unter den besten 6, Minimum das.
So Chloe having another look here. 1 minute 38 to go.
She's also crimping the side of the volume.
Gets
whatever you can use, you have to use.
Apart from the bolt holds themselves.
Yeah, that you can't. Yes. And the bolt holds on the volumes. Ah, there you go. Since she doesn't need to go back up to the bonus zone hold.
Yeah, so working it out, just dropping away from that zone doesn't really help once you've got it. She's going to be frustrated with herself, because now having got it, she's only got a minute to work out that movement. You can see what she's crimping there on the edge with her right hand.
It's practically the nails that are holding on to the hole.
Strong nails are important. Eat calcium, drink calcium, right? For nails, I can't remember. So stood up again to use a similar method, backing that left foot in. Nearly lost the right foot. Oh, falling, gone.
She really started her swing far right in that position. She would have more power, but maybe she went too hard. And so then she had a lot more swing over to the left, and it's harder to stay onto the wall.
That's what Chloe was holding on to, then changed it into a palm to press upwards.
But now I wonder if the route setters actually thought about this Boulder doing the first move statically, because how they were explaining it is dynamic move to the bonus hold.
Oh yeah, it was a ninja kick or something, wasn't it? Ninja styly. And that was a rotation. Almost got a palm onto the second one. So no top for Chloe, just a zone. It's time for Janja to come out onto the stage. 4 tops for her in the semi-finals. And we were slightly concerned about that left leg, because she appeared to be sort of limping as she came off the lead wall. But I think it's certainly she's just dealing with it.
She also had food poisoning, no?
A lot of people seem to have food poisoning.
Yeah.
Hamish MacArthur as well. I think he was sick.
Yeah, and
Janja as well.
yeah.
So yeah, a few people getting ill recently.
Oh,
Ooh.
She got a bit too close to the wall.
Oh, that's a wake-up call, isn't it?
Yeah, for slabs you want to stay as close as possible, but sometimes you get just a bit too close.
Janja gets hit on the face for her troubles. Staying away from it a bit that time. So now Janja creeping with the feet. There's Olympic rings on the back. She is, of course, the Olympic champion. She's looking for a big move,
I always
isn't
wonder
she?
what she thinks when she's like staring at the next hold and she's like, is this gonna work or not?
She's using telepathy to move it closer to her.
I feel like she's thinking of jumping straight onto the
That's
foothold.
what I think, yeah, and going in one movement. You could see she was like, look down, looked up, look down. As we pan through her coaches. Oh, that was a bang she got on the cheek straight away. Oh, nasty from Janja. And she is so tough. She'll just shrug that off, but it was a bit of a crack, that.
The problem with that foot is that they've also turned the good part to the side, so it's really just like there's nothing to the right and only a little bit that the foot can stand onto to the left.
And he's down again. Well, having to battle through this one.
I wouldn't say she's necessarily struggling, but it's nice to see her take a couple of attempts.
Yeah,
and not
exactly.
flash.
It's nice to see having to work it out as one watch her thought process, because usually it's solved pretty quickly. I remember she has not really been training Boulder.
Oh wow, she jumped straight from the start. She hasn't thought of using the top of the volume to be able to get her left foot out.
I think there's tape on her index finger. Yeah, there it is. So that is an indication of the fact that... And you've got to remember, for the semi-finals and lead routes, she climbed further and higher than anyone else. So she's put a little bit more distance in as well.
And she was saying, finally, some hard routes. So
yeah,
it was a fight for her.
So Janja comes up to the minute mark and into sort of some interesting ground for her and us watching, where Janja's having to really work something out here.
But again, I feel like she's thinking of jumping. Yes, get low. There we go.
Right, so now she might have figured it out.
No.
She's got to let go of that zone hold. No, she's not as well. She's going for the jump, and she's a long way off it and doesn't know. She's got 28 seconds, and she's not going to try something different as well, I don't think, with 28 seconds to go. She's going to have to pull something pretty special out, 15 seconds to go. A huge jump.
Oh, wow.
Well, no go for her. So Oriane and Hannah Moyle stay on top. Janja slips into third.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it is interesting. I'm thinking of the other boulders to come and whether that's more Janja's style, that physicality, perhaps.
You can see how bad that hold is.
Yeah, that last go especially, it was Superman style across the stage. Look at that.
Yeah, no, if she held that, that would have been so impressive.
Move of the century right there.
But it was just so much power. I would say impossible, but I mean, everything's possible.
It looked cool. I bet the slow motion angle on that is incredible, just flying across.
That would make a good, Superman pic.
Yeah.
The photographer should have been ready.
There's the gifs. Fill up Instagram, everyone. So Hannah Moyle in the top spot, 24.9. Then Oriane Berton, 24.8. Then Janja, Fanny Gibert, Chloe Collier, and Eliska Adamovska down to 6. So interesting on our first boulder. But we move on to boulder number 2. Let's see some highlights first of all. Oriane did it the smoothest to start with, but then dropped the top on her first attempt.
And second.
And second. Had to do it third time of asking, and eventually stood right on the top of that volume. You can see her trying to get the left foot on.
Yeah, she's trying to find any kind of grip possible.
So that's Oriane pressing, full palm on the wall. Hannah Moyle looked pretty good through this, and she made the match very easy. She did the match the first time of asking.
Yeah, it must be so good being able to climb in finals in front of a home crowd.
Well, Bern
The
next year.
feeling is just must feel so incredible.
Yeah. Well, you wait. World Championships next year in Bern. You're going to be up there.
Oh, it's the objective. Now it's the no football, right?
Yes. So this is the really, really, very, very, very hard one. 3 varies. Let's see how very it is. And apparently there's a quadruple clutch going on here. So 4 hand movements without the use of feet. Not sure.
Wow.
Yeah. And Oriane was trying to get her toe up, but I think you just need to launch.
But what's hard with this boulder is that already you're quite stretched out from the hole that she's holding onto and the yellow hold. So pulling yourself up enough to get enough swing to go over to the left and do another 3 more canvas moves. Maybe you can stop onto the bonus hold, actually. Zone hold. I always say bonus.
We know what you mean. All right, so she's in the pockets to get started. Swings
like
up.
she's already really stretched out, so to get high enough and pull hard enough.
Yeah, it's like a dynamic one-armer, which is hard.
And the left hand is a slow burn, doesn't seem too good.
So there she's good, adjusts, but the feet are bad, and she's having to drive herself up just with her shoulders. So look at her, watch her shoulders when she does that, because she's driving up, and better from her this time. Oh. Problem with a move like that is it's not one of those where you need to do it a lot of times to lock it in, because every time is harder.
Yeah, because you're really in a max move, and so giving as much power as you can, giving 100% every time is hard.
Yeah, she dropped
You just
down.
lose energy, yeah.
Yeah, you do. And I mean, we saw a similar kind of move in the women's semi-final. We had to drive upwards on boulder number 3. And Oriane did kind of tickle it. Stasha got closest, and then I think it was boulder number 3.
I have bad memory.
I've been watching climbing all day. It's just rammed in my head.
No, boulder 3 was the blue one.
Maybe it was the other one then.
Boulder 2,
yeah.
yeah.
There was that
Yellow
move
holds
up in
again.
yellow holds, yeah. There we go. There's lots of yellow and blue holds in this set.
Yeah, so the problem with this boulder, you're going to want to put as many attempts as possible, but like we were saying, you won't be able to put as many attempts as possible because you just get so tired.
And she's getting a little further away with every move. She's got to rest now for a bit, I think, and go for the zone.
She doesn't have much time left.
No, a minute, less than a minute.
And you could just see that her right hand is really latching onto nothing.
So she starts again with 45 seconds on the clock. Closer.
Yeah, you want to be as far left as possible underneath the hold, but if you don't have a large... If your arms are shorter than other climbers, you can't get as much left.
Oh, wow. Okay, so she goes full splits to get there. And remember, once you've got that right, you've then got to go again with the left up to the zone. Or cross.
Well, I actually saw that there's a screw-on underneath the dual text volume, so maybe you go right, left under cling, and then you can just get your foot up and go right to the zone hold.
Well, we'll have to wait and see, because Oriane can't do it. 24.8 for her.
And skin-wise on that boulder, slipping off right hand that many times.
splits move.
But that was also very close, considering the fact that it's not textured where she had her heel hook.
Yeah, I mean, it's just to steady yourself, isn't it? Because the second you start to go, you're going to slip off that no-tax bit. All right, so at least gets caught unawares by the camera there. So she runs out onto the stage, sitting down the order at the moment.
She's also a very tall climber.
So this is the position Oriane was in, and she.
Yeah, you want to get so high on that left arm to be able to follow the swing into the right hold, right hand hold.
She's taking a long look at it, and she did look out towards that volley. She might try what Oriane did, but it just seems such an unlikely move, that heel. You can see her toe going up. She's looking back at her hand.
Yeah, she also tried grabbing the left hand a bit higher up, but pulling with the left hand, which is kind of wrongly turned. I don't know how to explain.
No, I know what you mean. It's just in the wrong angle, isn't it?
Yeah, if her left hand is lower down, it'll be more in her hand position will be more straight, meaning she'll be able to pull more. Although here her wrist is kind of
curved like that means she has to really kind of go through it to make the move rather than putting straight down.
Makes it much harder.
Yeah, I'm with you. She's gone high again on it.
Yeah, she's not managing to pull herself up. She's really keeping her arm straight.
So tense. Look at that, drying his fingers. I feel the same. I'm sweating. I've lost so much sweat from my fingertips watching this weekend. So, tricky with 2 minutes to go.
As the root setters said, very, very, very hard.
Yeah, it is the hardest. We're watching the most difficult boulder here, so expect to see a bit of this.
She is getting the good momentum though, like the little swing, and then once her body's to the right, she lets go of her right hand. But she also needs to pull left to be able to get higher.
Looking at her fingers as well. Remember, she's climbed a lot. Thin skin.
Yeah, it's the 4th day on.
Ooh, interesting. So tries to use the foot.
But they probably thought of it because they've covered.
Yeah, look, it's
the
foothold and it's blocked.
Yeah. To make it worse.
So that's not going to work. So we're in this interesting point in a boulder this hard where it's kind of, they just don't know the solution. It's probably the simplest one, which is you've just got to fling yourself.
I would say the root setter of this boulder is Pierre.
Is he like setting horrible swingy moves?
I think he's always the one who sets the no-foot boulders in comps, isn't he?
Interesting. So she goes for the toe hook. It's back into it, and I think she's done 16 seconds. Yeah, so no zone again. The very, very, very hard boulder living up to its name.
Hopefully we'll be able to see a top on this boulder.
The thing is, I'd usually say that Janja's probably likely, and yet she is looking a bit tired. She didn't top the slab, but maybe that was a spur her on for it. Hannah Moore is looking really good. Chloe Collier's a beast.
Chloe's really good at no foot, so.
Yeah. So the training you did with them, what kind of stuff did that involve?
We just had a comp simulation, but she came over not too long ago before and we were doing canvassing. I've always got campus. No footballers is the best kind of training.
I think you need to get out of the front and just sort of give some instructions. Yeah? So Fanny Gibert is out. See if she can unlock this.
Like there, her left hand is much lower. She was very close. Her left hand was much lower, meaning her hand was in more of an axe with a forearm. It makes it easier to pull.
There it is. She adjusted it even lower, didn't she? Look, bumping it all the way down.
Yeah, and then pulling like that is much easier compared to if your left hand is higher up, your wrist is kind of in the wrong direction.
That's a really good spot.
It's so hard to explain.
No, the more when you see Fanny do it like that, you get what you're saying. And you can see the body position because she's pulling down,
it's
not
very
across.
Straight. Yeah.
Out of the beautiful brushes that have been decorated by someone with real care. Will she do it again? Look, drops it again.
Her thumb is also out.
Oh, yes, Fanny. And she's in, okay. So, what's the top like then? You'd think it would be a bit easier after that.
So, we had a little close-up on the footholds, and they're very, very bad. Oh.
Slopey as well. So do you think that's something, having the hand that low, is that instinct? I mean, you obviously don't know what Fanny's thinking there, but when you spotted that straight away, would the athletes go out and think, look, that's the kind of move, I need to move my hand lower, or is it more of a feeling when you're in the boulder?
Oh, for me, it was more instinct, because it's also like the feeling, just like normal pull-ups, your wrists are in the same direction as your forearms. Like you wouldn't break your wrists to do a pull-up and it'll feel harder. And so, but then you're also maybe thinking, oh, if my left hand is higher up, I'm closer to the next hold, but you can't pull as hard, so.
Yeah, I just find it so interesting when I think I am not a pro climber, and sometimes those, I'm okay as a climber, but like to see those intricacies, the little details that you bring to it is just so interesting.
I'm actually surprised I noticed. Because they did also block the lower part of the hold to make it worse, meaning that they potentially want you to maybe not want to use that part of the hold, but you still have to.
So a minute 11 on the clock, and Fanny Gibert did get the zone, the only one to have done that so far. Up she swings, adjusts again into that position, making it look really good now.
So good.
But this is a long way. Oh, sticks to sloper.
She just wasn't in the hold. But the foot is bad, the right hand hold is bad, it's far, you're high up. It's a shame for her to make the move, and then the end part is hard.
It's almost like she's getting it, it's not
actually
a finger lock, but it looks like it.
Yeah, behind the back hold.
Yeah, it's like it's just slotting your fingers in. I don't think it's the case, but. All right, well, I'd almost given up on this boulder. It's just impossible. But Fanny Gibert shows us the light, and now we know it can be done. So, look, comes through, look really good every time, and immediately flick that left hand out into the other hold.
Gets her feet high to stop the swing to the right, and then there's actually a screw on behind that undercling that we can see right now.
Yeah. All right, so 3 out of 6 have come through Boulder 1 to Boulder 2.
Yeah, she's just not.
Oh, tried to readjust. And waves to the crowd. Right, Hannah Moyle is up.
with a nice big introduction.
So here we go, the crowd all the way around the boulder wall. Absolutely packed in here.
Yeah, it's so packed.
Right, keep an eye out for that left hand. Hannah tries to get feet involved, but look at that no-tech surface slipping off with both. Toe doesn't work.
It's exactly what the route setters were expecting, trying to get feet high, and so dual text.
Yeah, the toe hook almost looks possible, but it's going to leave you so low on it.
Yeah, it's hard to get your butt high, and then pulling on it is just going to be so hard. Then what do you do? Like,
yeah, you might be able to get it in, and then
you
you're
can
sort of
only
hanging.
move right hand, and the toe hook won't hold on if you move right hand.
So Hannah goes again. I don't think she'll try it again, that method. She is.
She does not want to go.
Oh, okay, so that's the toe, then that's the problem, isn't it? You can get it, sure, but then what?
You don't have anything that's stopping you from swinging out left.
The only thing is maybe that's given her just enough confidence to think, I'll try it again because I came closer, you know, and it traps you in. Oh, the core required on that as well.
Yeah, it's always a hard decision between sticking to one method or trying a different method when you can see your time is running out and you're like, yeah, but I know this method could work, but maybe the other method will be better.
Should come up here. We need one of those. German coach is stressing down on the front. Hannah swinging through. Now she's trying something different. Yeah, you can see she's in two minds.
Fanny didn't even use any swing. She really moved her body as far left as possible and really just like campused to the next hold.
Hannah was close there. Right, so she's adjusted down.
Lower. Yeah.
She's trying to fig for it, but it's too far hard. It's too up.
I mean, thinking out of the box is important.
The problem with that fig four is you're inevitably going to sag a little bit into it, and the reach is a long way to come over.
And the right hand is really turned in a position that if your whole body is to the right, you really want your body to turn more to the left, so then your right hand is in the right position.
I mean, I want to be proved wrong because that would be an awesome move.
Yeah.
Hannah Moore has tried everything at this bowl, but nothing has worked for her so far.
Left arm tired.
She's in once again.
It's a shame it doesn't work because she's really giving a lot of energy.
Yeah, I got closer and closer, but it wasn't the method. Big props for that one, though, just to keep on driving at it. So that's sort of some of these highlights. This is these moves, and it kind of sucks you in because feet first in those positions, it feels good, and then you've still got to go up, though, and of course, you're just locking off with the bicep as well to do that. It's not like you're hanging and fig fouring like you would do normally.
Yeah.
You're locking off. Interesting. Okay, well, Chloe Collier, we thought she might enjoy this. She is good at campusing.
Let's see how it goes.
So Chloe has a long look. Clock is already ticking down. Up she goes. That first move, no problem, but it's this next one. She goes Hannah Moyle style foot. Oh, interesting. She's got it jammed in better, though.
She gets her left hand higher up.
Oh, she's got her feet all the way. That is... Yeah, she would have gone up forever until she's just upside down on the wall there. These kind of moves, I mean, in the description we were given of this, it said, look, this is fairly unusual for a women's final. In fact, it said first time ever, which is a big claim, which I'm not necessarily believing. But do you think this is a case of the women maybe not realising that it is just a campus move? That they're looking for the other solution because there usually is a solution?
Oh, it's hard to say. Because when you're on the mats, it's sometimes hard to just kind of like open your mind to anything else. So if you're convinced on one method and you're convinced it doesn't work, you're not going to try it, then yeah, you won't think of cancelling. And especially since there's a screw on under that left underclean, you're like, oh,
must be a toe, yeah.
It's for my toe to stay on better.
I love the fact in the commentary box we can say what we're thinking. Those coaches have to watch everyone climb it and know there's a possible solution, just not say anything.
Yeah, but there's kind of methods on letting the climber know if they're doing it well or not. If you start encouraging more or less.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some tactics that are used. So Chloe again, under 2 minutes now to get this done.
And she's gone really high up. Oh, she's...
Again going feet first.
Manages to get the toe hook in properly.
I tell you what, it's not bad, but she's got to bring that right foot hand in. And it's in a sinker of a pocket. It's why she looks stable, because it's in such a good hold on the right. When she removes it...
Yeah, when she removes her right hand, she's just going to completely swing over to the left, and then there's nothing to stop you from losing the toe hook in your left hand. And you're not high enough to grab the right hold, and it's also planted in a position where your right hand won't be able to hold on to it. She probably has not thought of cancelling it.
So Chloe needs a different method here. She's high on the hold. Again goes for that Oriane method.
Also, the fact that her left hand is really high up is probably what's making her think that it's not a campus move, because maybe if her hand was a bit lower, she'd be like, oh, I could actually pull now.
This would be extreme crimping if that worked.
She's very good at crimping too.
I mean, hey, again, I'd love to see it. Maybe just dodge that whole left section, just go straight up the crimp.
Just go with a tiny foothold.
So Chloe, last attempt, 10 seconds on the clock. She'd love a zone, but she's going to go toe again and going to get timed out.
I'm guessing she did also read the border with Oriane and Fanny.
Ah, true.
And both of them tried campusing, so...
You've got to ask her for me and let me know. And the scream she let out at the end of it, you could tell the frustration going on.
Yeah, because when you're just stuck on the first move, it's so annoying. Especially if you're just there and you're like, what do I need to do actually?
Yeah. Okay, Janja Garnbret came out and she didn't get a top on Boulder 1.
But she got zoned, so if she tops this, then...
How is she ready? First. It's so interesting that Fanny Gibot is the only one to sort of do that and almost immediately did that. Tried the feet a little bit and then was like, no, it's this.
Yep, her left hand is lower.
Oh, yeah. Right, well, straight in for Janja. Imagine being Chloe and being backstage hearing this right now, thinking, what is she doing out there that I didn't?
She might actually be asking Fanny already.
So out she goes to the slope, but made that look better than Fanny Gibert did.
She was a lot closer to the wall compared to Fanny too.
Janja kicks out right, then brings the toe up, crosses into the top, and flashes the boulder.
And goes into first.
I mean, what an interesting boulder that was.
She made it look so easy.
But the second she pulled on, I watched that hand drop down low and was like, oh, okay, she's seen it.
She's got it. But then even the end, we saw how Fanny really struggled heading out to the right and holding on to the sloper.
So far, Fanny Gibert stopped the swing and then brought the right in. And then the top was a formality, really.
It's nice to see her top that boulder.
Yeah.
It's nice to see how the end is done.
Yes. Okay, so Janja Garnbret is in the top spot after that. And we're halfway through the women's final. I'm joined by Sophia Yokoyama, Swiss athlete, YouTube star, celebrity.
Kind of.
Definitely go check her channel out, please, if you haven't already. And that's our leaderboard. Janja Garnbret with a zone and a top, pushing her into the lead, 28. Hannah Moyle second, 24.9, and then Oriane Berton, 24.8. So a few tops scattered around the top, and then zones for everyone else. Halfway through, 2 boulders to go. And we move back to a slab now.
Vertical.
Vertical, yeah.
It's sad that there wasn't a slab.
Was there a slab on the other wall?
No, I feel like they're practicing. No, it's really all vertical.
So we saw every method possible, including the correct one, or certainly the possible one. I thought it was that, you know. I just thought it was a launch.
It could probably work like that too.
Yeah.
You stay in the momentum the whole time.
Yeah, and then flick
And
through.
then, yeah.
I mean, that's certainly
And
how...
then grab straight away
Exactly,
the
yeah,
undercling.
1, 2, 3. I mean, that's how it was
why not
written.
even the bonus? Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
maybe Janja broke the beta there. Fanny and Janja broke it. Interesting, well. So the camera pans down again, and Oriane Berton has to put what happened behind her, and something she does struggle with sometimes. She kind of beats herself up, and she's learning. She told me that she's getting better at it, but you can still sometimes see that little irritation flare in.
Yeah, it's important once you're done with the boulder, put it behind you, and it's a new chapter onto the next boulder.
So Oriane Berton is up on the slab now. Sorry, not a slab, on the vertical.
So she tried bumping right hand onto the black hold low down, but I thought it was more like go dynamic left onto the yellow hold and then maybe potentially stop and help yourself with the right hand.
Yeah, it's an awkward beginning. The route setters were expecting quite a few falls down low before you work it out.
Because, I mean, it could work that way, but then she's really stretched out and having to hold onto that left undercling.
So that was finding the crimp.
She does the beginning easily.
Yeah, well, similar to that boulder 1, just flowing through it. Quite high now, isn't it, as a move?
Yeah, I don't get why she isn't maybe crossing over the left hand. Because there is
At the same time
holding
or before?
that with the right crimp, she goes crossover left, and then once she's got the swing, she lets go right hand and stops herself.
Okay.
And now left shoulder. Yeah, okay. That's probably the method.
Yeah, it looked awkward, but she figured it really quickly, and now it goes upwards towards that top. Big swing and a quick top for Oriane. She's back on track. Big smile from Oriane, gets it done. Complex movement in the middle. I would not have seen that. She did it. Really cool.
Yeah, I did not think of that either.
It seems counterintuitive to cross through like that, but obviously working for Oriane. And then the top is a flatty, a good one. It's almost in cut at the back. So that's the top for Oriane. So good work from her. That meant a lot. I know she was frustrated by that first boulder.
She made the end look very easy, but is it actually
No.
easy?
Yeah, it's the same as the beginning of that first one. Made it look really easy. All right, Eliska Adamowska's next. Self-confessed lead climber, doing pretty well in the boulder. All right, here we go. Let's see if she can work some of these moves out. Which method will she use? Sophia's got one in her head that no one's used yet.
No, I think the way Oriane did it is the smartest way.
So, into the crimp.
And she goes straight into that method.
Yeah, cross through immediately.
But she was very low in the shoulders right there, so
she's, yeah, use that cross through method, and then she's going to have to bring it. She's just slipping down there, wasn't she?
yeah, and the feet are very bad, so it's very much in the arms.
Right, goes back to the brush. 2 minutes 45 to see this again. So reach down to the crimp. Yeah, just working out, looking a little annoyed at the moment. She's gonna love a top at this point, just to give her a bit of a confidence boost at this stage in the comp.
Yeah, she's too far from the wall.
Well, that's the footwork she's going. If you get a closer look at that left foot slip a little bit. Slipping.
I think the right foot is the most important for this move.
Right,
and
so
her heels were quite low, which is good. But yeah, she can't keep her body close enough to the wall. Oh, she tries
jumping in and trying to almost compress that volume.
Could work.
Yeah. Not a lot to hold on to. So everyone in the crowd is wrapped around this boulder wall, and it's a really intense atmosphere here in the stadium, actually. Everyone focusing.
Yep, she gets her right foot high.
Oh.
Yes!
Now bumps up. She wants to bring the left up now. Oh no, carries on with the right. Now brings the left and goes out with the right into the zone. So to get that.
Yeah, you want to push your body far right as possible, so then the volumes are actually good-ish.
Yeah, it becomes
to
a
hold
side,
on to.
like a layback move. And she'll rock on that heel all the way to the left and just go for the final move, which she does, holds it. That was great, another piece of working out the puzzle. Really cool from her. And that's got her into a bronze medal position. So 2 done, 4 to go. Yeah, never looked in doubt once she decided to launch. What's that hold for? The yellow one, which is just on screen, is it?
It's a...
Is that a hand?
It's a foothold that they've decided to use as a hand hold.
Right.
But the top hold is a really good jug volume, so you could probably jump to that and hold on to it easily. Easily, in brackets.
I know what you mean. So Fanny Gibert, she came close to getting Boulder 2, couldn't quite get the top sequence. So she has a long look at this. Again, techie bit of climbing required from her. Starting the walk over, gets the crimp nicely.
So she's going for the same method as Ariane did in her first attempts, which just shows that they read the border together.
Yeah, you can't go backstage, can you? It's not allowed. So like Ariane wouldn't be able to go back and go, oh, by the way, it wasn't quite what we thought.
Yeah, so now the problem for Fanny will be thinking, oh, did Ariane do it with the method that we read together, or has she tried something else?
Yeah, of course, because she'll think, well, she heard Ariane do it.
Yeah, so she's like, oh, our method works. Or will she think she tried something else because this method does not work at all?
Of course, yeah. Well, I guess Fanny is experienced enough to know that things change out on the mats. It's never, never solid.
Yeah, there you go. Second attempt, she's already changed her method. She's nice and high in the shoulders.
Oh,
Hand slip.
I thought she was in there.
She seemed to be a bit rushing, so maybe she felt that she was slipping off already a bit.
Yeah, we'll see it in the replay, I'm sure. So possibly rushing through it, maybe slipping. She had time. Or maybe it's just one of those moves she thought, you know what, that's maybe the hard bit, because the side pull does look good, and you know the more you drop into it, the better it becomes. She was thinking, I'm just going to get there.
Yeah, and it was just a typical hand slip.
Crosses through this method now we're used to seeing. Bumping the hand up.
Decides to use the thumb. Oh!
Might say twice, so maybe not a slip. That's the chalk on the hands, and she's going to need a lot of chalk in these hot conditions.
So to be able to move your body as much right as possible, it'll be more logical to have your hands lower. But since the thumb, that yellow hold, is still quite high up, you're like, oh, I should use it.
So Fanny having a long think about this. It's worked out the bottom sequence really quickly. It's just this middle part that's causing a problem now. We know she gets to the top. It should be a fairly simple spring across.
And unfortunately, that doesn't give her the zone hold.
No, of course. Yeah, she's not got it yet. So 2 zones only for her. So she goes again.
Doing that move 3 times in a row. Oh, her
think she's unlocked it. Runs back to the chalk bag, 35 seconds. She did that climber's move, you can tell when they're sort of springy across the mats when they know they've worked it out.
And also when you're running out of time, you're like, I don't have any time to lose.
Bump, bump, bump.
Yeah, far right.
Oh, better.
Oh,
No!
her hips moved too far out.
Unlucky from Fanny Gibert. She had it all there in different pieces. Couldn't quite put it together.
So, wir nutzen mal ganz schnell die Gelegenheit. Auf dem Videomarkt seht ihr gerade, wie es im Moment aussieht. Und dann
Right, so we have a break to clean up the hold, and that is the blocked foot that she has.
Making it a smaller crimp.
Yeah, half of the normal hold available. So, Hannah Moyle is up. She's down in fourth. She could easily be up at the top if she gets this.
So as we said before, Ariane did make it look easy, but as we can tell, it is not.
No, she's good at these kind of climbs. So here is Hannah looking determined as she stands up. Here she goes into the start. Will she see this cross-stream method? She does straight away.
Sees it straight away.
Right, she crosses up, matches,
Easily matches.
and uses the thumb that Fanny Gibert wasn't. Solid from Hannah Moyle. Uses that foothold as a handhold. And now she just needs to launch.
Yep, done.
And done from Hannah, a flash, climbing the boulder first time and straight up to the top, 49.9. Great work from Hannah. This is an interesting finals. It's got a bit of everything. We've seen athletes really struggle and look impossible, and then others turn up and cruise it.
Yeah, I guess it depends on also what you're good at. This is much more slopey, body tension.
Good work from Hannah. Okay, so Chloe Collier and Yanni Gambret, the last two out. Hannah loving her climb at the moment.
Yeah, you can tell she's having so much fun.
Yeah, and I haven't seen the maths for the combined, but she must certainly be in the running to get into that top 8.
Oh, for sure. She did finals in lead and finals in Boulder.
Yeah, so we'll probably see her climb at the end of the week. Just smile shots. No, but that is important for the score because she's up there now, right in touch, in contention.
And it was a flash, so.
Yeah, minimising the losses from the score. Okay, Chloe Collier is up. She's down at the bottom at the moment. Walks across the mats, can take her time because the clock doesn't start like it does in the semi-final. The meet in the minute the athletes enter. So Chloe looking calm and collected. Up she comes into the undercling. Good start.
So she also would have read the border with Fanny and Ariane.
Let's see what she does. Oh no, she goes in, left. Oh, just held that, yeah. And uses the thumb, so she should be in a good position now. Crosses through that left foot, remember the blocks crimp. Gets the heel, reaches back to chalk up. And now she needs to creep over until you're ready to pop.
Yeah, you're gonna want to start to bring. She's gonna want to start to bring her hips more to the left, because otherwise the heel is just gonna be so bad. But
Yeah,
she
swapped
decides.
foot.
Oh, decides to go straight to the top.
Yeah, nasty fall. Yeah, she swapped feet, and it didn't. It's a long way to go off that right foot through.
That probably would have worked if her foot didn't slip. I think her foot did slip.
Oh yeah, big pop. You're right. That's a nasty fall. You can see her neck whipping back. Oh.
Yeah, that is a bit of a whiplash.
She's going to feel that in the morning. And she's still got a boulder to go after this. So Chloe having to dig really deep here. And it will put her off next time as well, because if you know that that was the case of a foot pop, I mean, maybe it will help because she'll go, I don't want to do that again. And the other method maybe is more solid.
Yeah, it's always hard because it's going to be in the back of your head. You're like, oh, I don't want that to happen again. So either it'll be more motivating to give more power and get higher up, or she'll change method and try something else.
And you can see the neck is causing her problems.
She's also such an expressive climber. You can tell when she's not happy. Or
Yeah, it's not a poker face, is it? And Hannah is getting a bit of treatment back there. I think everyone is just struggling. I mean, Nikolai Uznik, Nikolai Uznik, when he won yesterday, we thought he was injured. Turned out to be cramp in both arms that was causing a problem. So everyone's just trying to get through the next boulder and a half.
yeah, it's really intense 4 days of climbing in a row.
Chloe having to work. She's got a minute on this and comes off, and it's clear she is struggling. It looks calmer now. She takes a deep breath and pulls on.
What's also going to be frustrating is that she knows she can do it. So powerful. She kept her left foot down on the volume compared to the others who were actually took their left foot off and only used the right before doing that cross move, which would make it easier, but she just powered it out.
Right, what will she try? She took that nasty fall. We don't want to see it again.
But she doesn't have much time to think.
Come on, Chloe. Will she change feet? She hasn't yet.
She really needs to get her hips over to the left. On a 3-second countdown.
Rocking over, flings and goes and gets it with a second on the clock. That is quality from Chloe Collier. To dig deep after that whiplash and then find the top.
That is stress.
Well, fair play to that. She comes off immediately grabbing the neck. You can see it's painful. Did change the movement, but still committed, and look at that.
She saw the clock and she knew. Oh, so good.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is a warrior. A warrior right there. So Chloe Collier gets it done, and now we only have Janja Garnbret to go on boulder number 3. I love how she just went from like pure, yeah, it's mine, to then the power scream.
I honestly didn't believe she would make it.
I didn't. She was looking so shaky down below. It looked like it got in her head. And still Hannah Moore's getting treatment. It looks like an ankle, maybe. And it's something we don't usually see, actually. We don't usually get to see into the area like this. And it's easy to read too much into it because this could potentially just be happening all the time during World Cups.
I think it was the hip that he was...
He started hip, but then, yeah, went down to the ankle.
And so he's just loosening up the hip a bit.
So Janja runs out. She flashed boulder number 2 in a return back to the top spot. So let's see what Janja can do. Will she cross through? Looks like she wants to go with the right hand. No, goes through left. Brings the feet up. That's the Chloe move, which she looks strong on. All right, Janja in a position to flash this now. Climb it for the first time.
Yeah, she seems confident.
She does. Gets the heel. Shakes out the calf cramp. Yeah, look, I mean, we know she's taped up, and that move is really leg intensive. She'll go as close as she can before popping. Out, and easy work from Janja.
So she really didn't want to use that heel hook.
Yeah, you can see her, she shook it out twice and reached back. That heavily strapped leg might be causing a few problems, but she definitely will push through it. This is the last boulder of the 4 days. She's not going to stop now. So
Well, then she's got the combined.
Oh yes, God, forgot about that. At least she's got 2 days of
Rest.
Jan topping out, she maintains the lead.
Such a boss.
She really is, yeah. I run out of things to say, to be honest, sometimes with Janja. But the reason I enjoy watching her climb is because it's watching someone at the peak of their performance, and that is a privilege, whatever sport it is. If you're watching one of the best perform in their peak, in their prime, and you get to see it, I mean, it's wonderful. 53, her score. Hannah Moyle second, 49.9, getting treatment backstage. Oriane Berton, 49.5, attempt separating those two.
It's very close.
It is close. And we come into the last climb. There's another physical one.
Yeah, very nice big swing at the beginning.
So this was Hannah's top. I don't know where she picked that injury up. It wasn't falling from there.
And it was also her right leg, wasn't it?
Yeah. Interesting. It could just be just general fatigue on her cramp or something. And then Janja looks so solid, shaking out that injured leg a little bit. Didn't really want to use the heel, you're right. Shook it out twice.
But is it also cramps? Do you know what injury she has?
I don't know. I mean, she was...
Potentially something with the hamstrings.
Yeah, it looks... I mean, when she came off from the lead wall, she was limping a little bit when she came over to see the other women.
Yep.
But it was taped before that.
Okay.
But having seen her walking around the stadium, she didn't look like a particular problem. So I don't think it's anything massive. It's just sort of wearing her down, maybe. So Oriane comes out. Here we go. First athlete on boulder number 4, and it's all to play for as we come to this last climb of the evening.
Where everything can change.
It really can. And this is one of those, I really can't work this boulder out. Starts down on that stud, 4 lines leading to what looks like a jug underneath. Jug-ish. Touches in, so you can see where she's matching her legs to where her hands are. And then, what is this? Just launching? Oh, fine. Okay.
But I don't know what hold is screwed on into the big hold, but 2 hands would be definitely easier.
So you think it's 2, so launching from 2 to 2?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I understood, yeah.
As someone does. So there's the touch, that's what she's got to be in the position. Then she can drop it and then try to build this swing. And it's pretty good, that first zone hold. Oh, I see, and then kick out left onto
And
the
then,
screw.
yeah, you kick out left, and then you're going to want to just push your body over to the left and go into a shoulder push press.
So
Here it's going to be really important, like what Oriane's doing, to move your hips to the left, so then you take off as much weight as possible on your shoulders.
She did a very similar move in South Korea like this, and she has got that shoulder strength to push through.
And also just, it seems so easy when she just moves her body over to the left, but it's also just so hard.
And it's working muscles that, you know,
It's
burn out quickly,
core,
yeah.
leg, hamstrings, it's really everything that's working.
It's that side core, I don't know, lats, everything. And of course you've got to do this first and generate all that swing, because you're forced to be static because you've got to bring your legs up to touch the starting hold.
Yeah,
So you've
got
to
to create your own swing.
Yeah, all from that. Oh, really giving it everything. You can see the effort in her face. Angry eyes down.
And the feet are small, so it's...
They're terrible, aren't they? Just a little dish for the one on the left. She's got to go again. Right, so she touches, she's static. Oh, she actually uses the roof, which is interesting, so kick
to push
off and down. Ooh, didn't have it that time.
She had the wrong kind of swing.
And of course, every time you're swinging on that first hold, it's taking your skin out as well. It's really rough. So that's the touch, and yeah, kicks off the roof.
Yeah, it's also really intense on the shoulders because then you drop down really fast. And then once again, core 100%.
That's what she's holding on to. Moves herself through, pushing.
She does that so well because that is, I don't think people realize how hard that kind of move is.
Yeah, they don't have to hold on to the left hand either. She's trying to use the screw-ons. Screw holds.
Yeah, and since she knows it's the last boulder, you really want to do well because you don't know, and she's the first climber out, so that if she doesn't know how the others are going to do, it can really change everything.
A lot of pressure in the last 30 seconds. She's in silver at the moment, but all the other climbers will climb. Got to get this soon, 20 seconds. Oh, misses it. I think that might be it. It is. Oriane is done. The coach thinks, oh, that was close. Yeah. Now Oriane has that awful situation. She has to watch the other women try
Still
it.
wait to know what position she's going to be in.
Well, the crowd signal how impressed they are, drumming their feet on the grandstand. So that was what she did. And this is the attempt before the end when she was closest, really pushing, grimacing, screaming her way up. And as Sophia said, this move way harder than it looks.
Yeah, and then you got to really go into that shoulder move and just full on push with the shoulders and triceps. But yeah, anything could happen right now. She could definitely lose her podium spot.
Yeah, she's got to leave it in the hands of others. Liska is up next. She got a top on the last boulder. That would have helped her confidence. Now she comes out. And what comes into a very bouldery style move for a lead climber.
Yeah, and the swing does seem easy, but it's very hard to understand sometimes.
Go and try it. Honestly, if you're a climber, go and try this kind of a move in your gym, because generating power with nothing to really to push off is so difficult. Oh, interesting. Is she trying to stop on that?
No. It seemed like it, yes.
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, no, never mind.
Yeah, maybe not. She'd be horizontal up there with nowhere to go.
Yeah, and it's really far. I don't think that would have really
It's interesting
helped.
she's got the reach for it, though. I mean, she could use it to get her momentum, but I don't think it's worth it, really.
Yeah, she could get enough momentum just by doing it herself like that.
So, yeah, changes her mind on this. Out she goes. That was close, it touched
Yeah, I think she wants more momentum because she wasn't exactly underneath the hold. You can see her hands are in front of her face, and you really want to have everything aligned. You want your body almost horizontal and then let go, and then you have enough time to figure out what's happening in the air to grab the hold.
Interesting. Okay, so we're looking for a sort of pencil-like position in the air.
Everything is through the hips.
She reaches out, touches again. Doesn't use the Oriane method of pushing down off the roof. Doesn't really need it.
It does seem like she's on the hold, but doesn't necessarily feel good enough to like squeeze, but she is also really low.
Yeah. It's one of those moves where you're like, why didn't I just close my hands? You know, you think about it, you're like, I'm touching it. Why isn't this happening? And I find it difficult to engage my brain in that situation.
Yeah, I don't think she has enough swing.
So she needs more.
She really wants her hips to be higher up.
So she's hanging this time for a little longer. Oh, she's trying to kick again, but it stops her doing it like
And
that.
also, she's so stretched out that demands so much.
Yeah, core.
Core.
Because you're kind of doing front lever every single time you come into it. I didn't know whether she's trying that to see if she can stick it and then, I guess, bring the hand all the way through, but or it doesn't really look like she's trying to drive off. It looks like she's trying to stop on it.
Yeah, no, I definitely think she's trying to stop onto it. I would do one more swing to get that swing just a bit bigger and your hips higher up. But she seems to be tired,
She does.
which is totally understandable.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she's climbing all weekend, but this is the last 26 seconds of her comp. Yeah, she's really low with those hips, isn't she? It's like if you drew a line with the hips, it's
Yeah,
just
her butt is really low.
So she's done. Didn't make it work and is in fifth at the moment. Well, no podium for her, but a great performance in the European Champs final.
Yeah, she's done really well so far.
I'm pretty sure we'll see her in the combined as well.
Yep. She did finals in both.
Yeah, so
sure.
she'll get another chance. I'm starting to really look forward to the combined, actually. It's been so far away in the competition schedule, I haven't given it much thought, but as we get closer, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, after this is lead, and then we know who's qualified.
Yeah. The results will be released at some point, somewhere. So, Fanny Gibert is out.
So Fanny can't podium, unfortunately. But top is always nice.
Oh, brilliant. Put it one-handed.
I want to know what hold is behind it because it doesn't seem too good, but she managed to really hold on to that with one hand really well.
Yeah, and now...
Oh, she didn't touch the start position properly. I was thinking...
So the judge stops her, which is good that the judge did stop her, but she had 4 lines indicate a limb, and you've got to touch them all.
I was wondering if she touched it because she did start the swing really fast.
Yeah, so she's got to pull up first, which is a shame because it's a spectacular jump in.
Yeah, and it's a waste of attempt.
Yeah. So she's got to put that behind her. Look at the hips again, so much higher, so much more flick. Oh, one arm. That's so cool.
And if your hips are higher, the fall is just slower.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. So she's using all the ones to the right. Ariane didn't really do this. Ah, okay. So that means once you get stood up, you use the other ones to walk over on, I guess.
No, but what do you do?
Well, she's going to be stood up on that as a ledge. What, jump down? I mean...
No, I think Ariane is the correct method because there's no...
In a minute, if she gets this, she's going to be stood up.
Changes feet and then lowers her left foot over onto the foothold.
Yeah, and then she might be able to reach across, but it's really awkward.
Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. That's the method.
Wow.
Probably. Because Ariane didn't use any of those two of the holds.
No.
And actually, she's used everything and the foothold.
And I was wondering why they were there, whether it was just a blocker or what it was.
And now Dino to the top.
I mean, it's still a similar. Ariane kind of got in that position, but I don't know if Ariane's looking at it going, oh.
Smart.
Right, let's see. She's got some massive jump.
And it's, no, it's not.
It's
It's a
bad.
slow
It's bad up there. What happened there? I want to see the shot before that on the French coach. Yeah, it's awful, that top hold.
Yeah, she was also very low. Definitely have to double Dino.
Yeah, high up on the wall.
So yeah, she didn't touch.
Yeah, so we're watching a replay at the start where she made a mistake, so didn't bring the feet up to touch. And the second time, as we've seen the other ladies do, she brought the legs up, touch it, and then come down.
But the judge did take some time
while,
to tell her.
Can imagine the conversation. You going to go out? Shall I go out? Who's going to go out?
Or maybe it was just trying to confirm. She didn't touch, right?
Yeah, I mean, they want to get it right, and stopping an athlete is a big deal, so it needs to be the correct call. Anyway, that was the first attempt, but she's in now, and using this method that Ariane didn't do. Still really physical at rocker.
And she's healing such a small foothold.
Turn her palm around to press down.
Very smart of her.
Yeah, this is good. Technical climbing again, 24 seconds to go. It's probably the last attempt, and she falls. Is she going to have time? 12? No, she's not.
I mean, may as well.
Yeah, I think she's done. Oh, no. Has she seen the clock? Yeah, she's going to get timed out here. Well, you can't say she didn't climb to the end. Fanny Gibert can't improve that 6th place.
But it's such a shame because she moved really well on all the boulders and was very close. It must be hard. Well, I mean, it is hard.
Yeah, it was close. And look, straight away asking questions.
And you can tell she's not happy, so it's also hard to figure out what to say.
Yeah. I hope Ariane wasn't immediately like, did it work? Okay, 3 to go on our final boulder now. Hannah Moyle, Chloe Collier and Yanya Gambret are last 3 out. Oh yeah, Fanny is upset.
Yeah, because if it did work out on all boulders, she would have 3 tops, and
yeah, she's going to look back at some of the replays and think, oh, so close. Hannah Moyle is out. Germany, get behind your athlete as she enters the auditorium. There's German flags waving, there's people cheering, drumming their feet. Up Hannah goes. She started correctly. Now rotates the hands. A bit odd she didn't kind of start there, but anyway, big flicks from her over easily.
So Hannah is on the podium. I don't want to say too soon, but
I love how on the fence you were with that.
If my math is mathing,
yes,
she is.
Yeah, so
But She managed to do the push press.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, both methods work then.
Almost a bit of both there. Oh, and look at this no hands. We found a no hands rest in the qualies, I think, for lead as well, that no one else seemed to. Right,
now onto the last move.
Big jump.
You want to get as high as possible and let go of the left hand as late.
It's around the corner though as well. Oh. Yeah, I'm trying to see how protruding that black bit of wall is, because it looks like it pushes her back a bit.
No, well, you can tell that, well, we can tell by looking at the wall that it's really overhanged, and you're in a position and then the wall goes up straight and you're trying to get over past that overhang.
Kind of around the corner. Hannah again starting in a better position. Make sure the feet does an Oriane kick down. Now the big swing. Good work, hangs off.
She didn't rest very long, did she?
She didn't. Yeah,
straight onto the wall.
Straight like Oriane did it.
But her body is much more to the right, and she helps with her left arm to push herself up on the foothold, compared to Oriane, who moved her hips all the way to the left and struggled getting her body high and pushing into the folded triceps.
Oh, she's horizontal, having to be slow through this sequence.
And now she's trying to get...
She comes down. She's wanting the crowd to give her something here. She needs their energy to get her up the wall. Down, pushing, pressing. She got higher than that before. But again, she needs to pick herself up and do the swing again.
I'd say this is her last attempt.
This could be it. She's in second place.
Oh, she's done.
She's done. Goes in second, and Chloe could slot in somewhere here.
Chloe still has a chance to podium and take Oriane's spot. She has 3 attempts.
But Janja Garnbret might take a victory here, 53.
Yes, Janja.
So she's guaranteed victory after that. So Janja is going to walk away with her second gold of the competition. She does not know that, of course.
I think she might now. You can always kind of guess, and you can see the results now on the back.
Oh, really?
I believe.
Okay.
Or at least you can ask, or they show you.
So German coach is clapping. Hannah Moyle. Oriane, big hugs. With the mascot. So Chloe Collier can still make an impact though onto the podium. Out she comes onto the mats. How swingy is she feeling?
Yeah, and it's also really important to stay concentrated until the very, very end, because everything can really change on the last boulder.
So Chloe Collier needs to keep focused here. Correct starting position. And now she starts drive up. Ooh. So I've been told she only has one last attempt here in order to get the bronze, so she needs to do it this go. And top it out. So the Belgian coaches watching on. Flicks her feet down, starts driving again.
You can tell she doesn't really want to squeeze onto the hole.
Yeah, remember that neck? She whiplashed before. It must be. I think they're on their phones. Too busy doing selfies to watch the camera. Right, Chloe's still in action though. Reaches up, touches, tries to get some of this swing. Been closer the time before.
Yes, her hips were much higher at that attempt.
I think forwards for a rest. Unwraps herself. Now, which method will she choose?
For the powerful method, it seems.
Strength to get the feet over. Now she'll press, push upwards.
Yep, she's pushing upwards with her left hand.
Oh, it's all on that right and that left leg. Oh.
You can see how...
So awkward. And you kind of get so high and you think you could carry on and then it stops.
But then you want to move over to the left, which is super hard. And also she turned her leg inwards, meaning that her foot on the foothold wasn't in a good position either and caused her to slip.
Right, so Chloe's got almost a minute left of this competition. And that would have taken a lot out of her, that pressy move.
I mean, the Boulder seems hard enough the way it is. They could have put a better end hold.
She swings, launches. Just banged the hand then on the way through. And she'll probably have time for one more here. So rest
Also,
and
if
then
her
go.
skin is low, it just hurts so much. She's going so fast onto the hole and it slips off. It's just so
You
painful.
can see the puff of chalk every time she comes off it.
Oh.
It's not going to be enough. She has got time for one more, but she won't have rested as well. This is a bit of a shot in the dark. She won't have
15,
time.
Yeah, 15 seconds to top this Boulder is short.
Yeah, she's already got the zone, so I think she's going to stay in fourth place. And that is it for Chloe. So, Chloe's competition is done in fourth position, but let's be honest here, coming into this comp, if you had told me Chloe's going to be in fourth, I would have said it would be a reach for her. She's done unbelievably well, peaked at the right time and got that fourth place.
She did so well in qualies, really well in semis, and I mean, she did really well in finals too. It's just a shame on certain boulders. Yeah.
Great effort throughout. Okay, well, one final athlete, and she has already won, and that is Janja Garnbret. And I think we're going to see some classic Janja, because when she relaxes, she tends to climb at her best.
Yeah, she doesn't even need to top the Boulder.
No, she just put
or
the show.
get the zone. So now it's just pure fun for her. I mean, it's always pure fun, it seems, but... Hannah is second.
Hannah gets the silver.
Oriane third.
Oriane gets the bronze as well, and Janja, I'm sure Janja would have heard that announcement as well. She's got to have worked it out by now. Who gave Hannah a water gun? She's already in the party atmosphere. So Janja comes out for her victory boulder. Here is Janja Garnbret indeed, and that gold medal is hers.
Let's see her top the Boulder.
Yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it? Sit back and watch someone who is at the top of their game. Beat Tanner. Could beat her by a lot more if she finishes this. Oh, drops down one-handed.
Yeah, and you could just see that her body is horizontal at one moment. Well, at least her hips and back are straight.
So, Janja looks left. She wants to do that rock-up move.
Fanny is the only one who tried the other way around.
Yeah. Which is strange because they're all chalked up. So, pushing now. I think Janja's realizing how difficult this move is. Gets her head involved. Got to keep pressure on the left toe as well, otherwise it's going to ping off.
Look how bad it
The problem is, there's nothing for the left hand doing it like this.
Oh. The way Fanny did it, she was able to...
She's heel hooking, isn't she?
Oh, gosh.
Come on. She's got a heel hook on the side pull, dropped in.
A foot on a terrible foothold, and manages potentially...
Yeah, but now what? Like, surely, even she can't work her way out of this, can she? Oh, maybe, oh no. And look at that little limp with the leg and the back. One of those moves where everything gets so cramped up when you come off it all releases and you realise you were in pain. Look at that catch, like.
Yeah, the way Fanny did it, she was already high enough to be able to get her left foot onto the bad hold and then right underneath the zone, and then just easily move over to the left and grab the hand hold.
That drop down was crazy. She nearly fell straight on her head through that. And look at the reaction from the lady. Look. Ow.
Thinking out of the box, though.
Yeah. So she starts again. Again, one arm. Doesn't even need. Never brought the other arm, another hand in there.
Goes with the same method as before. Because then you want to be able to push on your left leg to get up, and then to be able to get your right foot over to the right, but you're in such a bad position, and also for knee hurts.
Yeah, that leg I think is more of a problem than she's letting on. She's crimping a screw hold as well.
Yeah. Will she think of another way to go then?
And will she try it? I mean, I think that she knows. Oh no, she's not going to stop though, is she? Right, here we go. Will she try something different, or will she just try harder?
It seemed to have understood something, but...
Will she go right, perhaps? That is different.
Okay, no.
She's just going to try really hard. They've only got 20 seconds as well. No one topping out this final boulder.
Oh, it is smart what she's doing, but she's managed to turn her hand, so now she's able to grab the hold.
10 seconds, 9. Can Janja just finish it for glory? I want her to do it even if she times out here. Come on. 2, 1, no, but it doesn't matter because Janja takes the gold medal anyway. Well, she is the undisputed